Imagine this: a history class where you're standing inside the Colosseum as gladiators battle, or a biology lesson where you dissect a frog without the smell. This isn't sci-fi, it's happening right now in schools using VR and AR. Today, we're diving deep into how these technologies are completely flipping the script on education, and why your kids might never need to open a textbook again. Let's go. First things first, let's break down the tech. VR is all about total immersion. Strap on a headset and be transported somewhere completely different. 1 minute you're in your classroom, the next you're walking on Mars. Then there's Augmented Reality, AR. Instead of transporting you to a whole new world, Arkansas adds to the world you're already in. Remember Pokemon Go? That's AR. Now imagine that, but instead of catching Pokemon, you're catching knowledge. Both VR and AR are seriously cool, but the real question is, how are they actually changing the way we learn? Let's find out. Traditional education, with its textbooks and lectures, it's not cutting it anymore. Kids today are growing up in a world of instant information and non-stop stimulation. That's where VR and AR come in. First off, engagement. VR and AR make learning just as addictive, if not more addictive, than scrolling through social media. We're talking about experiences so immersive, so engaging, that kids actually want to learn. Studies show that VR can boost retention rates by up to 75%. Second, hands-on learning. Remember those science classes where you read about experiments instead of actually doing them? VR and AR change all that. Want to dissect a frog without the mess? VR's got you. Want to build a robot and see it come to life right in front of you? AR can do that. VR and AR make learning accessible for everyone. Students with disabilities can explore places they could only dream of visiting. The possibilities are literally endless. Look, I know what you're thinking, this all sounds amazing, but is it actually happening? The answer is a resounding yes. Schools all over the world are already using VR and AR to change the game. Take Google Expeditions, for example. This VR app lets teachers take their students on virtual field trips to anywhere in the world, from the Great Wall of China to the Amazon rainforest. The teacher controls the tour so they can point out cool stuff and keep everyone engaged. Then there's Microsoft HoloLens. This AR headset is being used by medical students to practice surgeries without the life or death pressure of operating on an actual human. And it's not just big companies like Google and Microsoft that are getting in on the action. Smaller companies like zSpace are creating AR and VR tools specifically for education. Schools in Arizona are using zSpace to teach engineering, letting students build virtual robots and test them out in real-time simulations. Now, before we get too carried away, let's address the elephant in the room. VR and AR in education aren't perfect yet. One of the biggest hurdles is cost. VR headsets, especially the high-end ones, can cost upwards of $300 a pop. And that's not even counting the cost of software and training for teachers. Not every school has that kind of cash just lying around. Then there's the issue of infrastructure. Streaming high-quality VR experiences takes a lot of bandwidth. We're talking super fast, reliable internet, which not every school has access to. And let's not forget about teacher training. You can't just throw a VR headset at a teacher and expect them to become a tech wizard overnight. They need proper training and support to effectively integrate these tools into their lessons. But here's the thing, these challenges aren't insurmountable. The cost of VR and AR tech is dropping every day. Internet speeds are getting faster, and more resources are becoming available to help teachers get up to speed. So what does the future hold for VR and AR in education? Get ready for a wild ride. Experts predict that the global VR/AR in education market will be worth a staggering $12.6 billion by 2030. We're talking about a complete paradigm shift in the way we think about teaching and learning. Imagine a world where every student has access to personalized AI tutors in VR, guiding them through complex concepts at their own pace. Imagine classrooms where students can collaborate on virtual science experiments with classmates from across the globe. As the technology continues to evolve and become more accessible, the possibilities are truly limitless. And honestly, I, for one, am incredibly excited to see where this journey takes us. So there you have it, fam. VR and AR are no longer the future of education, they're the present. If you're as hyped about the future of learning as I am, smash that subscribe button and hit the bell. Because we're covering all the coolest edtech tools right here every single week. Let me know down in the comments. Would you want to learn in VR? Let's get a conversation going. Until next time, stay curious.